Yo, 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 everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the Babblemouth podcast. On today's episode, we are brought to you in part by ImNexusss, your host with the most. That is me, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Babblemouth podcast, episode 7. And we're going to get into a lot today. This is going to be we're using a different mic, if you couldn't tell. If you could tell from the quality or whatever it may be, we are using a different microphone currently because I'm currently at my parents' place using a Blue Yeti because I could realistically bring my Shure SM7B mic all the way over here, but the way I have my mic set up in my room is the mix amp is actually double-sided taped to the bottom of my desk, and it is very, very stuck on there, so it's good. It would be more of a pain than anything to try to get it off, but I don't know. It's really not that big of a deal, I suppose. But episode 7 of the Babblemouth podcast will be recorded on a Blue Yeti, the Blackout Edition. This is the first microphone I ever used, but for a long time I couldn't find this cable. So, but I finally found it, and yeah, we're using that instead of the Shure SM7B while I'm here, because so episode 7 and episode 9 are going to be recorded here. And I know what you're thinking, why isn't 8? The reason episode 8 isn't going to be recorded here is because episode 8 is actually going to be Kumi. He's going to be doing that episode. So every once in a while, what me and Kumi are going to be doing is he's going to be taking over an episode. I'd say I think what we'll end up doing is probably out of a 10 episode span, so let's say for example episodes 11 to 20, he'll probably do like 2 episodes in there instead of me doing 9, then he does 1. This is literally just now happening. We talked about this literally today, and that's why it's a little still rougher on the edges and how it's going to be going, but as of right now in this moment, he's going to be doing episode 8 for you guys. So on Tuesday's episode, because that's when his episode is going to get released, is on Tuesday, it's going to be him by himself. So I think he's also recording it on a Blue Yeti as well. So the quality should be still pretty good, but regardless, he's pretty good with good quality. He can produce pretty good quality things. So it should be fine. But if you guys do hear any alerts go off, it's because I'm using this MacBook, so I apologize if there's any alerts. Actually, I'm going to do this. Where is it? Right there. We're just going to mute it. You can't hear it all. Because I'm using a MacBook to record this, because obviously I'm not bringing my PC over here, because it is literally pointless. But in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Naughty Dog and their backwards compatibility announcement. We're going to talk about Santa Monica Studios' backwards compatibility announcement. We're going to be talking about me writing a full-length series for YouTube. We'll get more into detail on all of these things when we actually get into the episode. But I also do want to announce right now that episode 10 of the podcast is going to be live on my Twitch channel, which I'll leave my Twitch down in the description of the podcast down below. So wherever you're listening to this podcast right now, go down, or wherever the description is for your site, whatever site you're listening to this on, go to the description of this episode and go to my Twitch channel and give it a follow. The episode will be live. I can't say 100% when. It'll be sometime in it's hard to say, because there might be a massive break between episodes 9 and 10, simply because of I'm going to be... This is actually the reason why episode 9 is going to be recorded here as well, is because I'm going to be here on October 16th all the way to the 19th, I think, that following Monday, or it might be the Sunday following. I don't even know, to be honest. All I know is I'm taking care of the young doggy. It's sitting over here to my right. How's it going, boy? I love you. Yes, I do. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing for the next couple of podcasts. It should be pretty fun. But yeah, episode 8 is going to be Kumi's, like I said. So that's what episode 9 is going to be recorded here. That's why that is going to be here. And there's also the reason why episode 10 might be a little spaced out, just because I want it to be a live episode of the podcast. And, it'll be the same for pretty much everything else, but it'll just be live. And then after it's live, it'll go up. But yeah, we're also going to be talking about some support links that I have if you guys wanted to support the podcast in any way. And I already talked about the Cool Me thing, so we're going to move on. We're also going to be, I'm also going to be talking about potential guests in the future. That's going to be fun. And also going to be talking about the podcast being on YouTube, because there are some things I want to talk about that. And we'll get more into detail on that here towards the end of the podcast. But to start off this podcast, I do want to, let's start with Naughty Dog. I guess the Naughty Dog thing and the Santa Monica Studios thing are pretty much the same thing. And also I do want to say, if the mic is peaking at any point, I do apologize. The Blue Yeti is a very, very powerful mic. That is also why it's a USB mic. So I'll try to make sure it doesn't peak as much as I can, and I'll tweak the gain around it as well. But for now, it's probably going to peak quite a lot. But anyway, like I was saying, Naughty Dog and Santa Monica Studios. So Naughty Dog recently announced on their Twitter that their PS4 games will be fully backwards compatible on launch day of the PS5. So that would be Uncharted 4. They were showing Uncharted 3 as well, so I don't know about that one. But Uncharted 4, Uncharted Lost Legacy, The Last of Us Part 2, any other game that they released. I don't even know every single game they made. I really only knew Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us series and all the other Last of Us, Uncharted games. I'm assuming the Nathan Drake collection, I guess, would be the one they're probably most likely talking about. And then, obviously, Lost Legacy, and then the Uncharted 4, whatever that one was called. What was that? Thieves End, and then The Last of Us Part 2. And yeah, if you don't know what Santa Monica Studios is, they're the ones that made the God of War series, and they also announced. At least I saw it today. I don't know when exactly it was. It might have been today, but they announced that God of War 3 and the new God of War will be backwards compatible on PS5 on launch day as well. So that's crazy. It was honestly expected. So I'm assuming a lot of companies are going to start to slowly come out saying the other games will be compatible. I feel like it's already kind of obvious that these games were going to be backwards compatible. And I don't know, because I'm pretty sure the Spider-Man game, I think they've already said that was going to be backwards compatible. Because also on launch day of the PS5, I do know that one thing is they're doing that one, I think it's if you're a PS Plus subscriber, which I'm pretty sure most people are going to be, they're going to be giving you a ton of games that are going to be backwards compatible, like Days Gone. I don't remember all the games. There was a ton of games that were in this list of games that were going to be compatible on launch day. It was Days Gone was one of them. I know that, and so that's cool because because when I get the PS5, that is definitely going to be one of the games that I play because I never played that one, and I haven't played The Last of Us 2 yet either. So that'll be one I play as well. And like I was talking about last episode of the podcast, I'm assuming it'll be an option. I don't know why it wouldn't be an option to stream off the PS5, but that is the current plan, is to stream off the PS5. And I'm assuming the streaming off the PS5 is going to look and be just tremendously better, because streaming off the PS4 isn't bad or anything. It's more of it's kind of doesn't look great. Especially when you have the chat on the screen. I feel like it shouldn't really be an option. I get why people do it, but I don't know why people would do it, just because it's you're blocking a bunch of the screen. It looks so ugly. That's what, when I was streaming off the PS4 back in the day, I would always put my chat in the dashboard, pull it up on a phone or anything, which a lot of people to this day are still, obviously people who do stream off the PS4 a lot of people who take streaming seriously end up doing that anyway, or you just do it to begin with, which I would recommend. If you do stream off the PS4 directly, just pull your chat up on just pull your Twitch dashboard or YouTube dashboard, pull it up on like a fucking iPad or a tablet or a phone or on a different monitor if you have a PC as well, which is what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to pull up my Twitch dashboard up on my PC and then call it a day. Man, that's just me personally, but yeah, I just don't like the way the PS4 streaming looked, personally. But for what it was pretty nice. So, anyway, but yeah, that's going to be fun. Also, like I was saying, God of War 3 and God of War are also incompatible. That's awesome. So I have the first God of War digitally. I also have Spider-Man digitally. So there's going to be a couple playthroughs that we're going to be doing when the PS5 launches. Obviously, all the games that do launch with PS5, like the Miles Morales game, I'll put those games at top priority to do first. But we're also probably going to go back. Like, before Ragnarok releases, I'll probably do another run-through of God of War on the PS5. That'll just be fun. And, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do, like, a full 100% playthrough of God of War. We'll probably just do the story and call it a day. But other than that, yeah. But yeah, those are being backwards compatible on PS5 on launch day. Which, by the way, we're only like 30 plus days away. It's nuts. Which the Xbox Series X does release first. But here's the thing. I saw an article, or it might have just been a tweet that someone tweeted out. But it was like, I don't even remember. I don't want to say. It was like 80%. It might have been 92. 92 feels like what. It was like 80 or 90% of next-gen console pre-orders have been the PS4, which is not looking great for Xbox and Microsoft. It's not looking great for them, because if that is true, then Xbox is already, it's like dead on arrival, pretty much. Like, it's already set to fail. But when most of the big name games are like going with Sony, I don't blame people. I'll admit, as a Sony fanboy of PlayStation and everything, I will admit Xbox 360 was better than the PS3. It was better in pretty much almost every single way. I mean, from PS3 getting hacked, and then PSN was down all the time, to all this other bullshit that you had to do, from all that and that, Xbox 360 was better. In terms of Xbox One and PS4 is clearly the dominant console. I mean, Call of Duty switched to being a PS4, for tournaments. Because it used to be you played tournaments on the Xbox 360, or you were just, Microsoft and Xbox and whatever. But then, I don't remember which Call of Duty it was. I think it was Advanced Warfare. I think it was either Advanced Warfare or Ghost. Is when everyone switched over to PS4. And we're talking about people who were like heavy Xbox lovers. All of a sudden, now they're playing a different console. Even to this day, all of those people, now everyone who plays Call of Duty is now a PS4 fanboy. Or just a PlayStation fanboy, I guess you would say. I feel like 80% of gamers probably play, either play on PS4 or PC. There's not a lot of people playing on Xbox. Playing on an Xbox is like, it's like kicking a ball at a wall. It's like you're just playing with yourself. But if you're playing on a console, you're playing on the goddamn FIFA field, If you're playing on a PS4, you're definitely playing on a larger scale. And you're also, I don't know, it's just better overall. It's just better. I mean, Sony has better exclusives. Only thing Xbox has is the Xbox is always a stronger console in terms of power, but this year the PS5 has a faster SSD, which obviously the Xbox Series X also has a SSD, but the one inside the PS5 is faster, so that's going to be way better. But in terms of like overall power, I was watching some videos on it, and the Xbox Series X is not that much stronger than the PS5. The PS5 is technically a slower console in terms of like overall power, other than the SSD. The SSD is actually better than the Xbox Series X, but the PS5 isn't as powerful console as the Xbox, but it's like it's very small amount to the point where it doesn't even matter, you know? So yeah, that's crazy. But I'm going with the PS5. I want to do the digital edition, but if I have to do the other one, then so fucking be it. I mean, I won't use the disc drive, which is why I would think they would make more versions of the digital edition and then making the one with the disc drive, because more people are going to want to spend less than more, you know? I mean, I don't buy disc games ever anyway, so why would I start now because of a PS5? I mean, I ain't buying discs. That's why I want the digital edition. I also have digital edition game. I mean, not digital edition games. I have digital games. Most of the games that I have are digital. I don't own any disc games anymore. They're all gone. I don't have them. Gone. Bye. See you later, you know? It's just not there. But I digress. Like I said, PS5 digital edition. Was that $3.99? That's the one I'm getting. Regardless, I'll fucking suck someone off at Sony if I have to get this digital edition. But anyway, let's move on. But that is nice that a lot of games are going to be backwards compatible, which I think a lot of people already knew. So it's not like it's it's not big news. But anyone who didn't know, Naughty Dog and the God of War series will be backwards compatible. I'm not sure how many of the God of War games. All I know is from the tweet is God of War 3 and then the new God of War that came out recently. Those are the only two that they said in the tweet. So they could be more, could be less. I don't know. It couldn't be less than those two. So at least you got the new one. I don't think most people probably will really even care about 3 in terms of it being compatible. But yeah, the new God of War will be available, which I'm not surprised. But moving on. So I do want to bring up something quickly, and we're not going to talk about it for very long. But actually, before we talk about that, let me get into this. So I was thinking, if you guys didn't know, which most of you probably don't, as I have a skit channel called the CT Crew, or the CT Studios, or whatever it's called right now. I don't even know. It's supposed to be called the CT Crew, and if it's not called the CT Crew right now, it'll probably get changed back. I don't know. We're still working on things. And for people who do know about the channel, I do want to say this. For people who are waiting for episode 5 of the Doritos vs. Funyuns series, it is done. It is written. It's not recorded. It is done. I know I promised it a long time ago. It's been like 2 months. It is meant to be filmed in August, and it is now October. So, yeah, it's still in the works. We just have to find a day to film it. I mean, we probably could have, but yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky situation with us because my roommate Chris, who is the C in CT, he has a different schedule than me in terms of his job, so we can't really work it that way. So it would have to be on a day that either he calls out or I call out. That's literally the only way that we can make this, or if we both take time off for whatever reason, then we can film it. But as of right now, yeah, that is why episode 5 has not come out. But I can confirm 100% that it is finished. The script is written and finalized and ready to go. It just needs to be filmed and then edited, which that'll probably take about. I have it set to be it's about a 2-day film. So I mean, if that means anything in terms of the scope we're going for, but yeah, it's about 2-day film, and then it'll probably be about a 6-hour edit. Because when we make this, I want it to be good, which is why it's gonna be about a 6 to 7 hour edit. So it'll probably take about 3 days after being filmed. No, not 3 days. It would take about 3 days to film and edit altogether. So altogether, it's really like. If I would have written the script, we filmed the same week and then edited it, it would have probably taken a full week. Because it took about 4 days to write the script, to the point where I was happy, because there's a ton of stuff in the script. If you guys haven't watched any of the Doritos vs. Funyuns series, which is the series I'm referencing right now, go to the channel. You can probably just search the CT Crew on YouTube and it'll pop up, or you can put Doritos vs. Funyuns and it'll probably pop up as well, or you can put, I don't even know, The CT Crew, Doritos vs. Funyuns, that's another thing you could put in. But I feel like if you put Doritos vs. Funyuns, it'll probably pop up because we're like the only people that have ever done that title, I feel like. But I don't know about that. That could be completely wrong, and I'm not sure. But I am thinking about writing a full-length series for YouTube again. And I don't know, I just want to see what you guys thought. Maybe it'd be something you guys are interested in. I was either going to do a full-length series or write I guess a movie. It'd be more of like a short film, probably like a 30 to 45 minute short film, see where it went. The only reason I want to say series is because I like making episodic series more on YouTube because I like to tell a story in full detail, because if you've ever seen like a book turned into a movie, a lot of stuff gets cut out or gets altered because obviously they have like, let's say Harry Potter, for example. Those movies are, 2.5 to 3 hours long? In a book that's like 700 some pages. Like, there's so much story there that stuff has to get either cut out or has to be changed so that it'll fit the I mean, those aren't the greatest example. I guess like a better example would be The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is like 198 issues from beginning to end, and a lot of those get cut out. A lot of stuff from those gets cut out. I mean, mainly gets altered, but there's stuff from the comic that has never seen the light of day. And then there's stuff that they add. And we'll talk about The Walking Dead in a different episode, because that could literally be an entire episode by itself. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up, see what you guys think. Just DM me, just hit me up on Twitter, potentially writing a full-length series for YouTube, and if you guys have any ideas, drop them at me. But talking about episode 5 of the Doritos Phonian series, that is the final episode of that series. And I think I've said this before in a different video, so it should be fine if I say it here. But that is also going to be it's going to be spinning off into a series about these characters we have called Leo and Chaz. Hold that one second. I don't know, someone's fucking rowdy out there in the street. My parents live in a townhouse, and there's fucking so many loud people out here. I mean, it's not even loud people, it's just fucking vehicles. It sounds like someone's it's like over and over, it's like slamming their door, and I don't know what they're doing. It's starting to piss me off. I'm about to go out there and beat some ass. But yeah, full-length series. It's going to be spinning off. The Doritos vs. Funyuns series is going to be spinning off into a different series. But if a lot of you didn't know, I really enjoy filming skits and little short films and stuff. It's one of the things that I do enjoy doing, but we just haven't done it in a long time. So this episode 5 of this series is going to be it's going to be pretty special, because a lot of characters are coming back, because we haven't made a video on this channel in a long time. So, like I said, the CT Crew on YouTube, go check it out. Episode 5 will come out eventually. I don't want to say when now, because I feel like I always say, oh, it'll come out soon, but then it never does. But yeah, for the most part, I've kept my word on that channel for kind of. I mean, to a point. But yeah, I don't want to ramble on about this channel for that long, but like I said, episode 5 coming soon. I'm probably going to be writing something else. I just thought I'd talk about it for a second, just to fill time a little bit. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing. So episode 10 is going to be live. I already said that, but I didn't even know that this was a thing on Anchor. But if you listen to my podcast, or if you're on Twitter, if you go to my Twitter, you can the way I link my podcast is through Anchor, and through Anchor is how you can find everywhere else, because on Anchor it'll give you the Spotify link, the Apple Podcast link, the Google Podcast, the Overcast, the Radio Public. It gives you all the links on Anchor, and or you can listen to it on Anchor as well. So Anchor is my podcast host. Shout out Anchor, you're doing bits out there. Is a great host for a podcast. If anyone is out there that wants to start a podcast, use Anchor. Just go on Google or fucking Bing, if you use that for whatever fucking reason you would use Bing. But go on Google or whatever and just Google Anchor Podcast. It is free. You can literally record from the website. I don't do it that way personally, but you can if that's an option for you, that if you want. It's amazing. Anchor is free. All you need to do is make an account and that's it. I'm not even like, this isn't even a sponsored segment. I'm just telling you to use it just because they're awesome. Go use Anchor. But in terms of Anchor, there's this thing on there called support links. And basically what you can do is for 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99, you can support the podcast. And basically what that does is you'd be just supporting. It'd be like subscribing to a Twitch streamer. Like, there's really no benefits to it on Anchor necessarily, other than I'd kiss you on the mouth. But I do like that you can do it for 99 cents. So pretty much 99 cents a month, you can support me on the podcast. And if anyone's out there that would like to do it, there will be a support link down in the description of every single podcast from now on, and all of the previous episodes. There's going to be a support link. If you feel like you want to support me in the podcast, click that link. It'll redirect you back to Anchor. A window will pop up and it'll give the option of either 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99. So if anyone does do it, I appreciate you. If you don't, you don't have to. It's just there if you want to do it. But I was thinking about this, like, if you had 300,000 listeners and they all did the 99 cent one, whoo-wee. I mean, obviously part of the money goes to Anchor, but that'd be like a 6-figure check. That'd be nasty, bruh. But if anyone does decide to support me and the podcast, I appreciate you. And thank you very much. But let's move on. So in terms of future guests on the podcasts, I don't have any lined up right now. The only guest-related thing that we have, or that I have planned, is the Cool Me episodes that are going to be happening from now on. At least he's doing episode 8. I don't want to say that this is going to be a recurring thing, because if he doesn't want to do it, then I'm not going to fucking bug him to do it all the time. But if he wants to do an episode here and there, then cool. What I think would be pretty cool is if he did, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, is if he did like every 10 episodes, if he did 2 of them. So like I said in the beginning, like let's say like episodes 1 through 10. If he did episodes 6 and 9, and I did all the other episodes, or if he did episodes 3 and 8, or something like that. Every 10 episodes, he does 2 of them. He can record them whenever he wants and just send them over to me, and then it'll just be ready for when it's his turn. But I had the idea for him is, what if he did in his own show through my podcast? Because on Anchor you can have multiple shows as well. At least I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. I have to figure out how to actually do it, but I'm pretty sure you can have multiple shows, which if you can, that's badass. And I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing that. But yeah, hopefully we can get that figured out. But I think it'd be pretty cool if he hosted his own show through my podcast platform, and that would be pretty badass. But everyone go check out Kumi. It's at Kumi666 on all the socials. That's capital KOOL. Not O, but like 0. Not 0. Oh, it is O. What the fuck am I talking about? So it's at capital KOOLME666. That's on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Not the at on YouTube part, but just go follow him everywhere. Show him some love and support for the boy. But yeah, he's going to be doing episode 8 at least for now. And that'll be out this Tuesday, like I was saying. But other than that, I really don't have any other guests planned. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna ask my friend Iron Mage, who I talked about a couple episodes back. I'm gonna ask him, maybe he wants to get on here and we can talk about, I don't know, we can talk about video games and stuff. We can probably do a long Tarkov podcast with him as well, but I don't know. We'll see on that one. But now to the part of the podcast that some of you might find sad, or might not even care about, or might not even know is a thing. But basically, I have my podcast on YouTube. And if you can tell by the tone of my voice, you might know where this is going. Basically, I've decided, it has nothing to do with like the podcast growing on YouTube. It really has nothing to do with that. It has more to do with I just cannot be fucking asked to do the YouTube part of this podcast because it is just so fucking boring to put it onto YouTube. Because what I do for the YouTube is so record the podcast on Audacity like normal. That part isn't changing. And then I render it. After, I do the noise reduction, I render it out and everything. And then usually I would just go to Anchor. But now what I do is I still put it onto Anchor through just the audio. But then I open Sony Vegas. I throw a little picture on top with the episode title and everything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just, look at the YouTube. But I throw a picture on top saying what episode it is and the title of the episode. And it has like the podcast artwork and stuff on it. And then I render that out. But then I have to open up that YouTube channel, upload it, and then I have to switch back to my switch to my main YouTube channel. It's really, realistically, isn't that much work. It's just annoying having to switch back and forth between YouTube channels, having to render this random fucking podcast out, not random, but you get what I mean. So basically what I'm saying is, at least for right now, until we can figure something else out for the YouTube podcast, for now, I am going to, I'm probably not going to delete the episodes, just because I don't want to have to re-upload them down the line, unless something happens and I delete them anyway. But for right now, that channel is going to be not shut down. I'm not going to delete the channel, but for now, I'm just going to private all the podcasts on the channel, and then it's just going to go dark. So as of right now, the podcast will no longer be on YouTube. I do apologize if there is anyone who listens to the podcast on YouTube. You should be able to listen to it for free on other platforms. Like, I think Radio Public is free, Overcast is free. I think I think Apple Podcast is free. I don't think you have to pay for that. So, the Spotify one is the only one that I know of that they have to pay for. But even then, I think you can listen to podcasts. You just have to deal with ads, which, if anyone's listening to this on Spotify and you're getting an ad, trust me, it's not from me. I'm not throwing ads in any of these podcasts as of right now. So that literally the only ad I've ever done is the one I did about the support link just now. Like, that's literally the only thing I've ever advertised, other than like my Twitch and my Twitter. Like, that's it. Like, I don't advertise because we're just not at that level of podcast, I guess. I don't know. We're just not there yet to get ads and stuff, which is completely fine. I really don't care. Not too worried about that part as of now. So, but yeah, YouTube podcast is going to be gone for right now. But other than that, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Let's just go over a few little topics just one more time so you guys know, so it's fucking burnt into your brain. If you guys do use the support link, like I said, it'll be down in the description of wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. Just go to the description, click the link. If you do choose to support the podcast, I appreciate you. Also, like I said, the podcast will no longer be on YouTube. The next episode of the podcast will be hosted by Kumi. And then, yeah, those are the key points you guys need to know. But other than that, guys, I do appreciate everybody for listening to the podcast lately. If you have been listening to every single episode, I do appreciate you, and I'd love to kiss you on the mouth one day, unless you're underage, and then that's completely okay. Anyway, I feel like eventually that line's going to be taken out of context. Let me reiterate this. Like I just said, I literally just said this, and I have to say it again just because fucking people are fucking stupid. Fucking cancel culture is so cancer. If you're on Twitter trying to cancel someone's career for something they did a long time ago, I'm sorry, I don't fucking care what you have to think, but you're a fucking piece of shit. I don't even care. If you are mad about something that someone did so long ago, and they're trying to right their wrongs, but you literally are still being a fucking dumb piece of shit because of it, then fuck you for trying to cancel someone's career. I mean, it's so fucking frustrating. I hate cancel culture so fucking much. Twitter is so fucking cancer in terms of cancel culture. Twitter is really just cancer in terms of really anything. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I got for today. Go follow me on Twitter at ImNexusss. My Twitch is also ImNexusss. I'm probably going to be streaming tonight. That'll be the second successful stream, hopefully, that I do. We're going to be playing, I'm probably going to do Among Us, random lobbies, maybe some Final Fantasy, maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I might try streaming Apex tonight as well. We'll see what happens, guys. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate everyone for listening to the podcast. This has been your boy, ImNexusss, and I'll see you guys later.